For the entire weekend, I'm going to be eating at every celebrity restaurant in Las Vegas. Good morning, Las Vegas. I still can't believe I have made it, and that's because 12 hours ago, if you would have told me I was gonna wake up in Las Vegas, I would not have believed you. With all the flights being canceled, I had no idea how I was gonna get here. So after meeting a fabulous stranger at the airport and driving 6 hours to Las Vegas, wait, why would I risk my life just to eat at some celebrity restaurants? Because my little sister is flying in to meet me for the Garth Brooks concert, and I promised her I would take her to the best celebrity restaurant after the show. The problem is I've never been to any of the celebrity restaurants. But because the concert is at 8 o'clock on Saturday night, I don't know how long I have, but not a whole lot of time. So we're gonna get the day started with my favorite celebrity, Mark Wahlberg. Now I know that Mark is not the only one who owns Wahlburgers. It's actually all three brothers, and brother Paul is the main chef. So before I got here, I thought that they sold a Thanksgiving burger, and I was gonna get that because you know what? I've got a lot to be thankful for, but unfortunately they don't sell it, so I'm just gonna have to go with Mark's choice. All right, here we go. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what I was expecting, but certainly not a colossal amount of cheese and bacon. You know, for Mark being a health guy, this doesn't look very healthy. But who was I to judge? I was about ready to eat my way through Vegas for the next day and a half. This is actually delicious. I really had my heart set on the Thanksgiving burger, but this is actually really good. The bun was so soft, and the sweet tomato jam, delicious. I wasn't expecting this burger to be so good, but I'm very impressed. Which means my sister definitely would be too. Well, Mark, you are still my favorite celebrity, but we're gonna find out if the Wahlburgers would beat Bobby Flay. Bobby Flay, Food Network icon and creator of Bobby's Burgers. Initially, I thought Mark was gonna have some pretty stiff competition going up against, you know, Bobby Flay, but after reading the reviews, Mark just might beat Bobby. Let the games begin! I ordered the Crunch Burger, which is apparently the most popular. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. This is gonna be an experience. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see those potato chips on there? Yeah, all I see is cheese and chips, which makes me believe these reviews might be true. So apparently this is supposed to be so salty, it's inedible.
Now I'm nervous.
At first, my hopes were high, and then it hit me. All I taste is salt. It had the crunch, but it wasn't kinda dry. That is one of the weirdest burgers I have ever had. Well, the final results were in, and Mark, congratulations.
You just beat Bobby Flay.
I was off to the next place, and instead of using my maps, I followed this rainbow road, which led me to this magical land of gelato, and all of the sweetness reminded me that I was in such a rush to get here that I completely forgot to stop at an ATM and get some cake. Oh, did you think I meant cash? No. I meant cake. I'm willing to bet Vegas is the only place there's as many cake ATMs as there are casinos. This is the only slot machine I would gamble on. Guaranteed winner every time. And I must admit, I felt like a winner, because if you know who Buddy is from Cake Boss, you know this cake has the power to erase any memory of a Crunch Burger. But I'll be honest, I wasn't sure how I felt about a cake coming out of an ATM. Well, as you can see, I don't really have any words, just facial expressions. On to the next. As I was leaving, I passed by this restaurant, which left me really confused because I thought Gordon Ramsay only had one restaurant in Vegas. After a quick search, I discovered Gordon has not just one restaurant, but several. So did Bobby Flay and a few other celebrities. But some of these needed reservations, and I was a little last minute.
Hello, and thank you for calling us.
I can actually get reservations tonight. Thank you so much. I was actually able to get reservations at a lot more restaurants than I was expecting to. But unfortunately, I couldn't get reservations at Hell's Kitchen. But don't worry, we're still gonna go someplace just as fiery. And by fiery, I mean Guy Fieri. Bad joke, I know. I had already been planning to go to one of Fieri's restaurants later that day, so this was an epic bonus getting to try out his Vegas kitchen and bar. It had such a cool vibe, but there was one minor problem. I'll be honest, I just don't feel like I'm dressed appropriately for this place. That's better. I ordered the most popular item, which is trash can nachos. I wasn't sure what to expect, but definitely not this. As hard as I looked, I couldn't find any trash talk about these nachos, which I understand now because I didn't even need to try them and I was speechless. I didn't know what was in that steaming, colorful pile, but I'm sure we can all agree this looks amazing. And that first bite instantly transported me to Flavor Town. It tastes like, well, first of all, the sauce is barbecue sauce. That is so good. This is definitely not like traditional nachos. It's better. There was no doubt. My sister would love these two. I'm meeting so many celebrities. Well, joke was on me, cuz I was actually about to meet a real celebrity. Remember Buddy? Turns out he's not just the boss of cake. He's the boss of a fancy Italian restaurant, which happened to be all booked. But his second place, you could say it'd be a piece of cake to get into. Get it? Okay, I'm done now. So what does this have to do with me meeting a celebrity? Well, here's the celebrity that I met, and if you don't recognize him, that's okay, because at first, I didn't either. I was so focused on figuring out which flavor of pizza I wanted to try, I didn't even realize the man standing in front of me was right on the wall. This lovely gentleman is Buddy's.
Buddy's father-in-law.
And as you can see, I was quite shocked. I was not expecting to meet any celebrities here. What a pleasure to meet you. I'm so glad you said something. This was by far the best surprise of my life. They didn't even charge me for this. It was so sweet of them. So this is their like white cheese. I was so stunned, I couldn't even remember what I ordered, but I knew it had mozzarella, ricotta, and a few other cheeses. It smells amazing. I'm very excited to try this. Even though I believe that New York style pizza is the best kind of pizza. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't sure if Buddy could make pizza like he does cakes, but oh, he does. And that's because his father-in-law taught him everything he knows, which means I just might have to share the family secret with my sister. I'm still trying to figure out how the street sign says Vegas, but looks like we were in ancient Rome. Just so you know, no, we did not time travel. We're here in Caesar's Palace. We're gonna go get some chicken. And the flame shirt could only mean one thing. We were back in Flavor Town. I am at Chicken Guy in Caesar's Palace. I decided to go for their very classic chicken tenders. So far, it is definitely not what I was expecting. The chicken tenders were an interesting shape, but not as interesting looking as one of his signature sauces. It does not look very good. Fieri is the mayor of Flavor Town. I just had a feeling these were not going to be nearly as good as the trash can nachos. Chicken is good. It's actually seasoned really, really well. The sauce, I'm not really sure what to think of it. Let's be real, I had plenty of thoughts. Next up, special sauce, which I actually happen to really like. It basically tastes like a fry sauce, like ketchup and mayo. Not gonna lie, the chicken is really good, as is, seasoned really, really well. Oh wait, this one's actually really, really good. I was not expecting that at all. Okay, I just got back. I don't know if I have eaten more calories or if I have walked more steps for the day, but I was able to make 2 more reservations. So I have about an hour to charge my camera and get to the next spot. Next, we were headed to the Paris, which is the home to Martha Stewart's restaurant, The Bedford. At first, I wasn't sure if I was in Pottery Barn or William and Sonoma, but with Martha's pictures all over the walls and the aroma of freshly baked bread, I figured I was in the right place. I wasn't going to get this, but I'm really glad I did. This looks amazing. This one came out really toasty and warm. I don't know what it is, but there is just something about the magical combination of bread and butter. That might just be the best thing I've had all day. And you can trust me, because my eyes never lie. All right, now we have this one. It's cold. I think this is fruit. I didn't get the chance to figure it out because my next course had arrived. I had ordered Martha's smashed baked potato, which they prepare right in front of you. I think I've been making potatoes wrong this entire time, my whole life.
Some guy from Idaho, they're like, I'm from Idaho, I've never seen a potato done like that.
I'm actually from Idaho too.
Oh.
I think we have something to learn from Martha Stewart. And I think this guy agrees. But anyway, there was something odd about this potato, because it was about to wake up my Idahoan accent. I hadn't quite gotten done with my bread basket yet. I wasn't even prepared for that. So we're gonna finish this. It's a cracker of some sort. This is really good too. I was expecting to like this the least, but I think I actually love them all equally. But back to my true love. I have so many forks, I don't know which one to use. I made my best guess and hoped Martha didn't see. I knew this was going to be good, but you know it's impressive when it actually tastes like home. But my favorite part of a potato is actually the potato skin. Yep. Delicious. This potato is definitely going on the list. And because I had one more stop tonight, I decided to skip right to dessert. So they just brought out this gorgeous upside down lemon meringue. The meringue is on the outside, and I'm pretty sure the inside is gonna be the lemon. I know my reactions can be pretty dramatic, but trust me, this was no exaggeration. We could end the video right here. That is incredible. By far, the best thing I've had today. I have no words. It's literally perfection. I had a hard time believing anything else was gonna top Martha Stewart's tonight, but we had one more stop to make. Next up was back to Caesar's Palace to give Bobby Flay a second chance at his super fancy restaurant, Amalfi. It's so fancy, it has its own fish market, but I wasn't here for the fish, I was here for this. This item isn't even on the menu, it's like a secret item appetizer. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it, plus it's like 9 o'clock at night. I don't even know what we're doing. Do you do that? Probably not. I was beginning to realize it was really getting past my bedtime. But I had heard Amalfi was worth staying up for. So this is like a ricotta dip. I mean, that's actually pretty good. And unfortunately, I was about to find out the spread was the best part of the evening. I think my server may have forgotten about me because I've been sitting here for a while. As I sat, I reflected back over the day, and out of all of the celebrities, there's just one thing to say.
And on the bottom, Bobby Flay.
I just made it back to the room. I'm very full, I'm very tired, and I have less than 24 hours and a few more restaurants to go before my sister gets here. Good morning, Las Vegas, day 2. I heard from my sister this morning and her plane lands in about 6 hours from now. So I am headed to the first restaurant of the day, which happens to be owned by the family of one of her favorite bands. So I headed off to the MGM Grand. The walk there started out great, but once I got there, I had no idea where this restaurant was. I think the biggest challenge has been more than just finding what restaurants are the best. It has been finding the restaurants. It has taken me so long to find this restaurant. It is now Christmas, but we have finally arrived. So I made it to Nelly's Southern Kitchen. I assume that is Nelly. And Nelly it was. Nelly is the great-grandmother of the Jonas Brothers, and their dad, Nelly's grandson, opened up Nelly's Southern Kitchen to honor her love of cooking. And I gotta say, the options were looking good. Couldn't decide what to pick, so I went with Nick Jonas's favorite. And I'm really glad I did, because I have never seen chicken and waffles that look like this. Excited is an understatement. After pouring a generous amount of maple syrup, I took the first bite and could only come up with one word. Heaven. It's so light but so hearty at the same time. You can really tell this is food for your soul. Next, it was time to try the chicken. It's so sticky. This chicken and waffle combo was so good, I only had one thing to say. Jonas boys are lucky. And I felt pretty lucky too, because this was exactly what my soul needed. I feel fully revived. I'm ready to take on the day. Gotta get your fruit in. So I decided to change locations, and instead of Las Vegas, we're meeting in New York. Okay, fine. I wasn't in New York, but I was headed to a different planet. So remember I wasn't able to get reservation at Hell's Kitchen? But unfortunately, I couldn't get reservations at Hell's Kitchen. Well, I was able to get into Ramsay's Burger. And it's a good thing I got reservations, because this line is really long. I got to my seat and quite literally felt like I was sitting next to Hell's Kitchen. Even though this is Gordon Ramsay's Burgers, I couldn't help myself but get his fish and crisps. And of course, a side of chips. This is massive. How do they expect me to eat this? We're just gonna go for it. I hadn't even taken the first bite and I was already feeling judged. Very good, Gordon. And it was really good. It tastes like they put the fish, the chips, the tartar sauce, all in one. And if you minus the fact, you definitely need 2 hands to hold this one. I would definitely come back. All right, my sister's gonna get here in less than an hour, and there was one more place that I knew I had to try before she gets here, and it just happened to be another one of Gordon Ramsay's restaurants. And since I didn't want to risk missing my sister, I decided to take this one to go. I'm actually really excited to try this. This is something of Gordon's I've always wanted to try, and this was his famous sticky toffee pudding, and we were just gonna have to build it ourselves. We have some ice cream. There's nothing I love more than dessert than an interactive dessert. After pouring on the toffee syrup, I needed a moment to admire my beautiful creation. I think Ramsay would be proud. Whoops. Now for my favorite part. I served myself up the most perfect bite, and let me tell you, my mind, spirit, and mouth were not prepared for this. I thought the sweetest part of this entire weekend was gonna be my sister getting here, but no, I think this is gonna be it. And just like that, my sister finally arrived. We got to the concert, but I couldn't decide. Should I take her back to our roots or get a burger? Oh, but wait, the pizza was so good too. And the nachos, oh, I couldn't forget about the nachos. And the amazing bread and the lemon dessert. But I decided to place my bets on a classic. All right, fingers crossed.
We're coming out of a vending machine? Good.
I guess you could say it tasted like we hit the jackpot. Well, mission accomplished, and another adventure was over. Or so I thought.